Judgment time already? Thank you. Dear family, I'm sure I've caused you a lot of worry, and I'm sorry for that. I cannot write myself. As you can see, this is not my handwriting. I am currently imprisoned at an American military base in Kandahar, Afghanistan. They're trying to make me out to be a terrorist. I do not know what the future holds. Every day we are beaten. But I'll get through it. I hope to see you all soon. I'm sorry for all the worry and trouble I've caused you. Your son, Murat. Murat Kurnaz is a Turkish citizen and an illegal resident of Germany, where he was born in 1982. He was in the process of becoming a German citizen at age 19 when he was arrested in Pakistan and held prisoner for 5 years. Where most would be negatively affected if they had gone through what he had, Murat embraces his experiences and has published his memoir to expose the injustice of Guantanamo and show people the value of freedom. 5 Years of My Life, a memoir by Murat Kurnaz. I'll never forget the date, December 1st, 2001. That was the day I was supposed to fly from Peshawar back to Germany. At the airport, I felt uneasy. I wanted to tell my mother she shouldn't have to worry about me, and I'd be back soon. At 10 a.m., I called her from a payphone. I'm in another city. No, not in Bremen. I'm going away for a little while. But don't worry, I'll be back soon. Don't cry. She wouldn't have let me go. And that would have been a good thing. My legs were stretched out, straight and manacled. Chains constrained my feet above the ankles. The only thing I could move was my head. They went from prisoner to the next, hitting us with their fists, the butts of their rifles, and their belly clubs. They never let up hitting, kicking, or insulting us. It was night when we took off, but the lights inside the plane were still on. All I could see were my bare feet, and the bright light in my hands had swollen from being tightly shackled. I couldn't feel them anymore. All I could feel throughout my entire body was pain. I quietly prayed for patience. I said prayers like these for the next 5 years. From beneath the sack, I could notice soldiers filming and photographing us. Suddenly, I realized something. Just as they had repeatedly called us terrorists during the flight, they were taking photos to depict us as terrorists to the world. Either they truly believed that I was a terrorist, or they knew that I was innocent, but needed scapegoats to proudly present to the public. Were they afraid of me? But one way or another, so I thought back then, my innocence would be proven and I would be released. It would only take a few days. And then I lost consciousness. Probably because of the cold, I woke up when someone hit my face. "I feels heartbeat again," said the soldier who was sitting on my back. The sack was removed from my head. I was in a tent. In front of me sat a man with pen and paper. I was naked. Name, age, place of birth. I was given the number 53. I was the 53rd prisoner. Where is Osama? I don't know. If I had told my mother that I had intended to travel to Pakistan, she wouldn't have let me go. Are you a part of Al-Qaeda? No. She would have forbidden me from getting on that plane. Where is Osama? I don't know. The problem was telling her goodbye without making it look like I was actually leaving. I decided to tell her that my back was hurting and ask for a massage. I could hug her and thanks afterwards. That would be my goodbye. My mother was in the bedroom. I stood on the stairs. I couldn't see her in the darkness. I wouldn't see her again until I was 25. So you're not a terrorist? You're not a part of Al-Qaeda. Well, today we're going to find out. On the table, there was a shallow blue plastic bucket about 20 inches in diameter, full of water. I knew what was coming. I wasn't afraid, but I was nervous. I didn't know if I'd survive. Hour after hour, they repeated the same questions, followed by punches and kicks. It was no use. The man simply refused to understand who I was and what I intend to do in Pakistan. I wanted to tell him, don't you see? I want to go to Quran school. That's all I wanted. For my mother and father to be proud of the son that they had raised. I do not know how long I was interrogated that day, but I can still remember the words that they kept repeating. You're a terrorist! We know that! We're going to keep you in here forever! You're never going home. With time, I've come to realize how I got caught up in the middle of a major international political conflict. Although, I still can't grasp how certain things fit together. All I did was tell people my story, and I was happy that someone listened. But since then, it seems as though I constantly have to defend myself against the accusations of being a terrorist. I hope that someday, no one will doubt my innocence anymore. But there is something else that is more important to me. It is important that our stories are told. We need to counter the endless reports written in Guantanamo itself. We have to speak up. The world needs to know about the prisoners who died or how the doctors came only to check whether we were dead or could stand to be tortured for a little bit longer. Did Guantanamo change me? I don't think so. I believe I've remained the same person I always was with the same name, living in the same home. On the other hand, maybe Guantanamo did change me. I now know what fellow human beings are capable of doing to each other and how politicians speak and act. I have an appreciation for the value of the simple things in life, like sleeping in a bed, or eating 3 meals a day, or even being free.